Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to show you guys how to properly pressure fight, because I don't think a lot of people got the gist of what exactly I do. I'm going up against this dude, Bum A, or however you say it. I'm going to show you guys what exactly I do when I'm going up against fighters like this, okay? I've told you guys in a video once before, I don't know what equates to a power straight at all, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to pressure fight. A lot of people really don't want to stick with this style because you do lose rounds and people look at the scorecards and they get very discouraged. But I'm going to show you guys. So first things first, I already know I'm down in the round because, spoiler alert, all this guy's going to throw the whole time is a sidestep straight, okay? So I already know what he's going to do. I think in this round, I'm probably still trying to play the back foot game with this guy a little bit. But ultimately, for you guys that are just back foot fighters, going up against spammers like this, it's not going to work, okay? Because like I said, I don't know what equates to a power straight or anything like that, but it's either you're going to lose to the style or you're going to do something about it, okay? Now, one thing that I always tell myself when I'm going up against these guys is when they start doing this, the sim stuff is out the window, okay? Like, I know it's kind of a cheesy way to play, but I'm not going to lose to the style anymore. I've lost to so many dudes this way, and you got to match fire with fire. Now, anybody can debate me on this, but if you're going to go against like a top-notch spammer, and this guy, he's not really, I wouldn't say he's like a top-notch spammer or whatever, but anybody can debate me on this topic. But if you're like a back foot kind of sim fighter, you're not going to win against these guys because, see, this guy is just looking to sidestep straight, looking to get the counter, and looking to possibly flash KO me. Now, with walking dudes down, especially at heavyweight or anyway, I cannot promise you that you're not going to get flash KO'd because it happens sometimes. It's one of those things. But one thing that I can assure you is you're not going to win fights against these elite spammers by like trying to be on the back foot. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So I'm going to show you guys what exactly I do against guys like this, because I think probably like the last 3 videos or something, it's just like dudes like this that are just wearing themselves out, okay? So remember the last video I showed you guys, I put the jab to the body, I put it on 15, and I do that for a reason. Now, people may not see it as being effective and whatnot, but you see as this guy is like pulling back, and maybe in the later rounds you'll see it more because he slows down. Okay, when I tell people to pressure, that doesn't mean you have to go up to them. Doesn't mean you have to just spam a bunch of power straights. I tell people fight exactly like how you would on the back foot, but you don't have to step. You don't have to do any of that. Okay, now in the later rounds, I'll probably step with this guy depending on like how bad I'm down on the scorecards. As you can see, he was already overexerting himself throwing all of those straights because that last punch he looked tired. So this guy's already wearing himself out, okay, because he's just looking to flash KO me. Now I land just single power shots, okay? You don't want to try and throw 3-piece 4-piece combos too much because, like I said, this guy's just looking to flash KO or whatever. Like I said, one of the things that you do try to have to remember is not to get too discouraged. Don't worry or look at the scorecards too much, because at this point, I've already made it up in my mind that I'm going to have to knock this dude out. Because, spoiler alert, I believe he drops me a couple times. And you're going to look at the scorecards and you're going to get discouraged. But my advice to you is do not stop pressuring these guys, okay? I'm not even really throwing too much at them, but I already know it's doing so much damage, especially, I told you guys in the last video, body punches really only affect you when you're stepping a lot, like this guy. Also, as well, I always tell people that are coming to fight on the front foot, find like a good 3-piece, 4-piece combo that you like, but don't throw it too often against these guys. I would honestly suggest you guys throwing either single power shots, or I wouldn't even say throw a lot of power against these guys, okay? Because you see, if you were throwing a power shot, you see, he just did it right there. I threw a power shot and he just backed up and he hit me with a power straight. So what I would suggest to people that are going against people who are just doing this or just waiting on you to throw a punch just for them to do that, okay? That's why I said throw a non-power, just a regular punch. My favorite is just a regular straight to the body or a jab to the body, because people don't see how effective it really is. I'm a southpaw. I don't really put anything on my left hook, but see how he's constantly stepping that way? You guys want to hit him. So with me, it's the left hook, but if you're orthodox, whatever way they are moving, that's what way you want to hit them, okay? With the Philly shell as well, I would suggest hitting these guys with some combos that kind of break the block. So with Philly shell, hook straight is good. I usually do that with the buttons. I can't really throw hooks all that well with the analog stick. If you're going against somebody with this specific style and they have cross block, my lead uppercut along with the straight is good for breaking the block. Okay, but in this stage of the fight, like I said, I already know this guy's up because, like I said, I don't know what equates to power straights. Okay, but right now I'm just concerned about wearing this dude out. Okay, you don't have to move a lot because this dude is doing all the moving for you pretty much. You don't have to step at all. So at this moment in the fight, like I said, we're down on all 3 scorecards. And like I said, it can be very discouraging because, right now maybe you thinking, man, I need to take the back foot. I need to steal some rounds. No, you're still going to press this guy because, like I said, at this point, we're not worried about winning rounds anymore. We're just worried about knocking this dude out. And this fight is a perfect example because, I'm losing on the cards, but I'm just slowly but surely, because, look at him. And there's a lot of people that fight like this at middleweight. I don't know about it lightweight. I haven't played it in a while. But see how he's just trying to step. Okay, and that jab to the body is so crucial. I want to say, yeah, he knocks me down here. Okay, we're back up. I don't know, a lot of people, they probably wouldn't still press the guy knowing they just got knocked down, but I'm still going to be up on this dude, okay? Like I said, don't be afraid to push these guys when they're up against the ropes, especially. Because like I said, you got to throw the sim stuff kind of out the window with these guys. You have to meet cheese for cheese. Not everybody in this game is 100% sim. I know a lot of sim fighters, they either spam the same combos. Everyone has their own little cheese to them. And I don't care who you are. That's every player I've ever played in this game. But remember in my last video, the jab to the body, that it stops opponent's movement. I believe it's by 17%. Okay. I also told you guys it's great for the back foot, but it's great for pressure. Okay. Another thing that I found is really effective, and you guys see me do it a lot, is in and out movement. So you guys don't have to be right at their chest the whole fight. I choose to do this. It is a little bit more risky, but it's definitely effective. Like I said, I love throwing that jab to the body. And with a lot of these combos, you see how I'm not moving at all, and this guy's just like moving in complete circles around me. Now, I don't know what this guy's stamina must have been at the time, but I can already tell he's slowing down. Okay, because I don't care who you are, nobody can keep up this kind of pace for 10 rounds. It's not going to happen. Okay, so like I said, I always like to lead with the jab to the body. Because, I mean, I don't know if you guys notice, sometimes it will stop an opponent dead in their tracks. Okay, but I really like to use the jab to the body when they're trying to load up on that backhand straight. Okay, because I feel like it drains the stamina that much more. You see what I just did? I'm using that jab to just slowly close in the distance because he's just trying to create space for himself to land that step back straight, and I'm just closing the distance in. That's why I recommend probably not throwing too many power shots, because the main thing that you're trying to do, you're just trying to close in on these guys, and that's what you want. Because, I mean, I can already tell this guy, he's panicking because that's all he has in his arsenal. And I'm not going to give him any kind of like crazy power or anything like that, because once again, all he's trying to do is create space for himself to land that back step straight. And trust me, I've been a victim of getting flash KO'd all the time by that. Even still to this day, I still kind of fall for that. But I will say something too. It's something that you kind of have to practice, because when I first started playing this game, I was only back foot. Even if I was losing the round, I'd be one of those guys who would, stand on the opposite side of the ring and just wait for you to come to me, and hopefully I would land something to flash KO you. But, something that I've learned is if they're not going to come forward, you got to take the fight to them. And I've had so much success doing that because, like I said, his punches are starting to get weaker. And if you take a look at my health bar, even the punches that he is starting to land, it doesn't really do that much damage on my health bar. And that's another way to know when your opponent is really gassed and doesn't really have that much power left to them, is when they're hitting you and it's hardly doing any damage at all. I don't know what my stamina is at this point. It looks like it's probably in the 80s or so. But if I had to guess, with all the stepping that this guy's doing, he's probably in the 50s or so. Okay, and you notice he's trapped in the corner. He doesn't even know what to do. Okay, now a lot of times when, like I said, when they're up against the ropes like that, I push them, okay, because, like I said, I kind of throw all the sim stuff out of the window. So if you look at that punch that just landed, if you looked at my health bar just then, I mean, look at it. I mean, these are power straights that this guy's landing, or hooks or whatever, and it's barely doing any damage to me. So that right there is an indicator that, okay, yeah, this guy, he is hurt, and I'm really going to push up on him in the next coming rounds. But, I'm not going to lie. A lot of you guys, you might get your heads knocked off, the first couple times. It didn't work for me the first couple times that I tried to pressure fight dudes. It's just something that you have to, like I said, you have to learn and perfect. I know, and I watch so many streamers that they step a lot and they're just back foot fighters. They don't really know or understand to come forward. And a lot of guys don't really understand like how simple it really is. Just to, like, right now, I'm not even landing any power shots against this guy. I'm just landing normal shots, okay? And this guy's like twitching, just doing whatever he can to get out of the way, because they're starting to do some damage now, because I have way more stamina than this guy, okay? And he's still just trying to backstep straight, and I'm just closing the distance with the jab. I mean, the jab is the most effective tool in boxing. I mean, that's how you set up everything. Okay, see, it barely did any damage to me whatsoever, and I'm still gonna stay in this dude's face, and I'm just closing the distance with that body jab, because this guy, I could tell he's got nothing left in the tank. He spent all that time stepping, and he's gassed. This dude has nothing left. And boom shakalaka. That's how it's done. Now, spoiler alert: this guy doesn't get up, because I hit him with some three plays here, because I don't really like dudes that have this corny style. But even if this guy would have got up, I would have walked this dude down. This guy had nothing left in the tank. I had all of this stamina left. No stepping, none of that. Just closing the distance with my jab or other non-power punches. I hope this video helps a lot of you guys who are just kind of backfooters, don't really know how to come forward to deal with this kind of style. Once again, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Love you guys. Take care.